What's up guys, it's Tom here and welcome to the Manchester City Watford post-match analysis video. And oh boy, I have a lot to say about this very controversial game. What already got me frustrated when I saw the lineups. Watford rested 5 of their regular starters and they basically came to lose against Manchester City. Don't tell me that Watford tried to win the game resting the likes of Deulofeu and Tordini who usually start every game for them that they want to win. And just check the Watford lineup against Liverpool and check the Watford lineup against Manchester City, or check the Watford lineup in most of their games. And what I don't understand is why are they resting players when they don't have another game in 7 days? I just don't understand. And if the manager was afraid of Dini or Deulofeu getting injured, why does he bring them on when they are 3-0 down already and the game is over? I just don't understand. And also the referees in the Premier League are just not up to the same standard as the league itself, because the referees are awful. And I'm not just saying that because Sterling scored a clearly blatant and obvious offside goal, because Liverpool also benefited from scoring offside goals this season, let's be honest here. But I just hate the inconsistencies, and it's so unfair because Manchester City didn't really look like scoring up until that offside goal happened. Yes, they missed some chances. Watford defended well in up until the Sterling offside goal, and Aguero clearly chests it down to Raheem Sterling. And what is also bonkers, and it's absolutely crazy, that the linesman actually flags, rightfully so, Sterling was 3 yards offside, or at least 2 yards offside. So the linesman puts his flag up and the referee overrules him. Like, why does the referee do that? The referee is not in line, he can't clearly see what happened. Maybe because they interpreted the rule wrongly, maybe they thought that Janmat or whoever the defender was who tried to clear the ball, they thought that the defender tried to play the ball, and he did, but because Sterling is also going for the ball, Sterling is in an active position. The offside rule very clearly states that if the attacker tries to play the ball, he is in an active position, and if he is ahead of the last defender, he is offside. And Sterling was trying to play the ball. He even did a shooting motion towards the ball, and then the Watford defender kicks it onto Sterling's leg. But that doesn't matter that the Watford defender touches it. The fact that Sterling goes for the ball makes him active, and after Aguero touches the ball with his chest, Sterling is miles offside. I'm not saying that Manchester City wouldn't have won the game, because they, in all honesty, they deserved it. Watford had their first shot after they were already 3-0 down. Manchester City dominated play, they attacked throughout the whole game. Sterling scored a hat-trick, which is really painful to see, but who knows what would have happened if Manchester City doesn't get the help of the referee. A perfectly wrong offside goal. So yeah, Liverpool now are 4 points behind Manchester City, which is really sad, because Liverpool were 7 points clear of Manchester City at the halfway stage of the Premier League season. We dropped something like 11 points since then. Manchester City only dropped 3. So Man City made 8 points up on Liverpool. But let's just forget about that and let's try and win against Burnley tomorrow. It's a must-win game, guys. If we don't beat Burnley at home, I don't think Liverpool are going to win the title, because as you can see, Manchester City, they look like winning every single game between now and the end of the season, apart from the Manchester United and Tottenham games. I think those 2 games where Man City will be very tired. Man City have a brutal run in April with the Champions League quarterfinals, FA Cup games, and also they are going to Crystal Palace away. Crystal Palace just lost today to Brighton at home, after Brighton only having 3 shots throughout the whole game, and somehow Crystal Palace conceded 2 of them. By the way, check out Anthony Knockaert's goal for Brighton, which was the winner against Crystal Palace. What a goal that was, one of the goals of the season. I love that goal. So the fact is that Man City still have some tough games left, especially the Southampton game, the Crystal Palace game. I expect them to have hard games away from home. And I'm really hoping that the fixture pile-up will affect Manchester City. But the thing is, Liverpool haven't been playing consistently well enough for the past month and a half. If we are being honest, since the turn of the year, Liverpool aren't firing on all cylinders. And now, because we are second, I think Jurgen Klopp has to change his tactics. And we have to go for it. We really have to put more attacking lineups onto the pitch, and we have to risk it, because there is no point playing it safe anymore. Maybe Jurgen Klopp was thinking let's try to consolidate our position, let's try to not get beat in the big games, and let's try and win the rest. And in the first half of the season, and that really worked well. We have drawn 3 games against top 6 opposition and won all the rest. But that theory went out of the window when Leicester and West Ham got points off us. And we needed to make up those points against Manchester United and Everton. And I really think that Jurgen Klopp should have put more attacking substitutions on in both games. Naby Keita or Shaqiri, or even both, would have helped. Yes, Shaqiri came on against Man United, but it didn't really affect the game. I really hope that we start with either Shaqiri or Naby Keita at home against Burnley. We have to attack them, and we know that Sean Dyche doesn't really like Jurgen Klopp, so he would love nothing more than to derail our title challenge. But we have to win that game. There is no other way. Also, Southampton came from 1-0 down to beat Tottenham. I was checking the score lines at halftime, and I see Southampton 0, Tottenham 1, and I was convinced that Tottenham would go on and win that game. And nobody is talking about Tottenham bottling the league, because it's not convenient for rival fans to do that. But Tottenham have dropped 11 points in the past few rounds, and if they didn't, they would be top of the league right now. Just imagine that. But Tottenham are in horrendous form. They lost so many games now in the last 3 or 4 rounds. They lost, against Southampton very unexpectedly. And that's why I'm saying that Southampton away could be a tough fixture for Manchester City. I really hope so. So we shall wait and see what will happen. Liverpool, though, what is also good news is that Liverpool have 2 games before Manchester City play their next league games. I mean, in the league, Liverpool can play twice. So we can actually retake the league in the Premier League, retake the lead in the Premier League, and put more pressure on Manchester City by the time they play the next game. But I think their next game is Fulham away. And before that, they play Swansea in the FA Cup, which I fully expect Manchester City to win. Swansea are not in the best of forms right now either, and they are in the Championship. Manchester City are just so much better. And today has been overall a good day for Liverpool, in my opinion, because now I think our second place is pretty much secure, with Tottenham losing to Southampton. And I always expected Manchester City to win against Watford, but just to see the offside goal, and also to see ex-Liverpool player Raheem Sterling scoring a hat-trick, it's really a little bit of a painful day for a Liverpool fan, if you ask me. And many Liverpool fans were complaining on the official fan forums that why did Liverpool sell Raheem Sterling to Manchester City. But remember that when Sterling went to Manchester City, he wanted to get out of Liverpool. Liverpool were in a downward spiral. We had a lot of issues around the club. And also Raheem Sterling couldn't finish to save his life when he was at Liverpool. I heard a good comparison that he had a shot power of a 3-year-old. No offense to 3-year-olds, but Raheem Sterling didn't really have the finishing power at Liverpool, and he matured and got a lot better at Manchester City, which is credit to him and credit to Guardiola for making Raheem Sterling a much better player. But you wouldn't have predicted that when he was at Liverpool, because really to get 50 million for a player who couldn't really finish his chances, Raheem Sterling. Yes, he was a very young player at Liverpool, but also he didn't want to stay. He really wanted to leave. He was desperate to leave, and Liverpool got good money for Raheem Sterling, so I don't think we should dwell on that anymore. I just wanted to address and these comments that the Liverpool fans made about Raheem Sterling recently, and I thought I would share my opinion. So let me know, what did you think of the game? What did you think of the offside controversy? And I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. See you later, guys. Goodbye.